I'm
just gonna.
I've got to really work out for this because, like, sitting in a chair is hard work.
Yeah, that's why I'm lying on my bed. I don't like sitting in chairs. No,
Exactly.
I'm always sitting in awkward positions. I don't sit properly.
You're in that 80s bikini girl look. You know what they would have on like posters or in magazines, where the woman would just be lying sideways and just be like, "Oh yeah, how's it going?" That's just your it's the actor inside you, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
always having to strike a pose. Oh gosh. Right. Well, I hope you're in for a good episode because, you know, it is Jodie.
Yeah. Jodie Whittaker. Fancy being here in the third episode.
Well, it was about time we covered a new Who story, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We can't necessarily ignore it for long. It's like an intrusive thought. It's like Brexit.
Yeah.
It'll never
Like
go
Brexit.
away. It'll just lurk in the background.
Yeah. Well, here are the credits. Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to Not Another Who podcast. I'm your host, Sam Morrell.
And I'm your host, Christopher Hyde. Oh, co-host, Christopher Hyde.
Hey, you're the host as well.
Okay, we'll be hosts together.
Yeah, host together.
Wow. So
Wow.
what have we got this week?
Wow, is there any news this week?
Is there any news? I actually don't know. Let me have a look at the news. Doctor. I should have prepared for this, you know.
Yeah, I know. We do this every week, and
yeah. Oh, there was a charity auction. There is a charity auction, and it has something to do with this episode that we are covering.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
fancy that.
I swear there was. Where is it? Well, so there is a charity auction for children in need coming up. Children in Need obviously is on in November, but they fundraise all year round. Doctor Who, in partnership with Prop Store, has announced an auction that will be live from the 11th of February, so only a couple of days' time, until the 25th. Bidding for all lots will start at £100, giving fans from around the world the opportunity to own exclusive Doctor Who memorabilia. There are 150 things on sale, including the 10th Doctor's tuxedo. So if you
the Rise of the Cybermen, Age of Steel,
and the Voyage of the Damned and the Lazarus, and basically his alternate suit. The 11th Doctor's closing time costume. So for all you James Corden fans out there, you know, get it while it's hot. The 12th Doctor's Mummy on the Orient Express costume.
Great episode.
I mean, imagine owning that. Like, spectacular. The 13th Doctor's costume, that'll just be in the bargain bin, I'm guessing.
There's fans of the 13th Doctor.
I know. It's all fun and games. It's all nice to tease.
We live
Green
in a
match. Oh,
we live in a democratic society, don't we?
democratic. Sorry.
Well,
I'm not going to get too political.
yeah.
I
This is
promise.
not the time or place for politics.
Or space. Screen matched Adventure in Space and Time TARDIS. So if you want William Hartnell's TARDIS from the Bradley, I was going to say Bradley Cooper, David Bradley. No, Bradley Cooper didn't play the first Doctor.
Bradley Cooper. Oh yeah. I was like, who's Bradley Cooper?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, screen matched Dalek, photo matched Gravel Cybermen head, Weeping Angel statue. Oh, that's cool. And some other stuff, including companions' costumes. I also did see somewhere that they were selling Jodie's TARDIS from Eve of the Daleks.
Yeah, the episode we're reviewing today.
Yeah, the the one with all the cracks in. They're selling
Oh
that.
yeah.
Christopher Benjamin. He passed away recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if we covered that on the previous episode.
I think we mentioned it in the last episode.
We'll mention it again. Sorry for your loss. That sounds really harsh.
It's great.
Writers confirmed for series 2. The collection box set is out.
Yeah, season 9 of the standard edition.
It's the limited is later on, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll be in 2070 or something like that.
Yeah. The Savages is the new animation.
Oh, when's that out?
That will,
because I pre-ordered that.
20. Oh, doesn't say. It said it would air on 23rd of December 2024.
That was the War Games in colour.
Oh, okay. I got that mixed up. That was me. I'm sorry. It's available to pre-order now, but it doesn't say when it will be released. But apparently there's controversy because it's a 3-disc, not a 4-disc set.
Mm.
So
what, the War Games or the Savages?
The Savages.
Oh.
I'm guessing the War Games will be bigger.
Yeah, but who's actually going to buy that? Let's be honest.
Nerds.
Yeah, but
maybe collectors at a push. Maybe people just wanting to fill in their wall of Doctor Who.
Yeah, true. I never bought the Daleks in colour.
No, I don't. To be honest, I don't see a point. Trying to look at the other Doctor Who news. No, there's not really anything. Doctor Who's coming in April. New series.
Oh, it's coming in May.
No, it's been announced it'll be April.
Oh.
I think because they're going to head for an Easter slot.
Are they're trying to get it in as early as possible so they can
Capitalize on that.
maybe
Yeah.
renew for season 16, series 16.
Yes. Or it will probably be shelved, according to the fan base.
Yeah, rumors.
Every time just every month we seem to be getting Doctor Who's getting cancelled.
I don't know
So
about
yeah,
that really.
no. To be honest, it would take a lot for the BBC to cancel one of their most profitable shows to date.
Yeah.
But on that note, that is the news. I hope it was as interesting as it was to read.
We'll come properly prepared.
Yes, we will.
For episode 4.
We'll do more interesting segments at some point. I'll get my notes back up for this episode. So how did you find it, Sam?
Where to start?
Well, it is the 30th appearance of the Daleks out of 31 previous episode appearances, with their first appearance obviously being in 1963 and their last known appearance being in 2022.
Good old
And
while ago, though.
Oh yeah, it's getting on to about 3 years now.
Probably the biggest gap we've had in revival series history.
Yes, but the thing is, they have been very consistent from 2005 all the way up until about, I would say,
2015.
2017. Yeah, 2015. They were pretty much consistently every year. Until the writers decide.
They didn't appear in series 6, did they?
They did. Oh no, they didn't. Oh wait, this is the problem we had when we were setting up, is we were trying to discuss what constitutes as a Dalek appearance, because technically that there is an appearance of a Dalek when the Doctor is sonicking its head.
Oh yeah, and
I think it's the finale.
Oh, the Wedding in a River song.
Yeah. So technically it's the 32nd out of 33. I don't know. I'm trying to count actual episodes and I'm trying to not split hairs. Oh, I hate this.
I would count actual appearances. Like full stories with them in.
Well, this is the thing, is like when you said the 5 Doctors, yeah, I would kind of make that more sense because it's a scene. Yes, it's only one scene, but it is a scene, and it is actually a different Dalek to, pardon me, any others that came before or after. It was unique to that episode. So theoretically, I would count it as an appearance, but in terms of actual Dalek stories, yeah, they've had very few. They haven't had very few. They've had over 30. But yeah, we're just splitting hairs at this point.
Yeah, we'll just
So
say there's been 30 appearances of them.
well, let's start from the beginning of the episode, shall we? So Nick and Sarah are introduced as our disposable income, disposable
Disposable income.
disposable characters, like one-off characters, guests. I should have just said guests.
Guest stars.
Yeah, our guest stars. Yes,
Or guest characters.
So we have Nick, who is creepy, and a bit weird and a bit incelly, and then we've got Sarah, who's a bit up herself and a bit annoying. So we've got some real great people for a Dalek story.
Yeah, I didn't
Two
like
people that you really. Well, it's literally two people that you would want exterminated, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Especially, what's his face?
Nick,
that's it.
Like, okay, I'll say this. One of my notes was Nick being chivalrous is admirable, but comes across more desperate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can see where the writers were trying to go with giving him a little bit of agency, but it kind of came across as he was a bit of an incel.
Mm.
And a bit, and yeah, there's that sort of creepy stalkery vibe where he always turns up every New Year's because he knows she's going to be there, and it's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that to a crush.
No, not really.
The theme, the 13th Doctor's theme, is pretty good.
Oh yeah, the theme tune.
Wow. It's like that. That was my impression of Sagan Akinola's theme. I hope that worked. I also like the bit at the beginning where the Dalek shouts, "Identify." Nick says, "I'm Nick," and then he just gets exterminated.
Yeah, I liked that. I thought he would have had the decency of staying dead.
Well, I feel like it's the first time the Dalek's gone. I mean, I don't know why the Dalek asked for him to identify himself, but it's just the fact that, like, he identifies himself and immediately gets shot. It was just, that's what I want from a Dalek. You know? Someone who just doesn't take the piss. He just cuts straight to the point, you know?
Yeah.
The Dalek blast weapon, I liked. The little machine gun.
Yeah, I like that.
I thought that was a really good upgrade. Anything else on your side?
There's some kind of like threat to the Daleks, I feel, in this story.
Yeah, they feel a bit more threatening than they had done in the previous story. Previous two stories.
What was the last one?
It was Revolution of the Daleks, which was awful.
The one with Captain Jack, John Barrowman.
Yeah, that one. It was the one with the Dalek Civil War that lasted about 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And like they basically tried to do Remembrance of the Daleks, but in 5 minutes. Well, it's just the Dalek design in that episode was awful. Like, I don't know what the designer was smoking, but if he could give me some, great. But the design of the new Daleks was so awful that they just went back to the original bronze model from 2005, which is incidentally 20 years old.
Hello, I'm doing a podcast.
Hello.
You okay? Yeah. You know, this entire conversation's being recorded.
Exclusively on the Patreon.
What did you have for dinner? Oh, jealous. She had Taco Bell for dinner, folks.
How do you get Taco Bell in this country?
They're all everywhere in the South. Should come down here.
What the? What?
You have like 3 Taco Bells down here.
Wow. I
They're all
had
spread
no
across
idea.
London as well, I think.
You know how you were worried about your cold open? I think I found it.
Yeah. What, that little conversation?
Yeah.
I'll edit that and put it in the. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It was unscripted and it was hilarious. Interesting. Well, we'll talk more about Taco Bell at a different point, unless they feature it in the Doctor Who episode.
Hit the credits.
Okay, where were we? Aisling B, who plays the annoying guest star. The Irish gal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she was actually better, I think, than Nick in terms of just performance.
Yeah. I just found Nick to be annoying.
Just really. Yeah, I get what you mean. That's what I thought.
I'd rather watch a supercut of Adric.
Oh yeah, just just have Adric be in it instead. You know how they did they brought back Clara a minute before or a second before she dies. Just do that with Adric and then just have him in this episode and he just keeps getting killed constantly. I thought I had it bad on that cyber ship. Anyway, the music is great in this episode. I actually like the music.
Yeah, he hasn't done a bad job really.
It's one of those episodes that was less atmospheric and actually more punchy. Like you could actually feel the music was part of the episode instead of just being this ethereal sound in the background sort of thing.
Yeah. The only theme I remember from his era is the Master's theme in Spyfall.
See, the only theme I know is his Doctor Who one.
Yeah, that and the Master's theme from Spyfall.
I need to rewatch Spyfall because I loathed that series so much. I condemned it so much that I've just not given it any time. I'm sure we will come onto it at some point.
Yeah.
But I loathed it so much that I just ignored it. I blocked it from my mind. It was that bad. Orphan 55 does not exist.
Penny!
The cinematography is good.
Yeah, the cinematography is pretty.
I liked the dynamic camera shots moments. I felt like this was the first time I actually felt like the Daleks looked good on screen in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
they actually did look more intimidating.
they haven't looked really that great since probably Dalek.
Yeah, yeah.
Of
Or
like a actual threat value to them.
yeah, yeah. I actually no, I would agree with that, which is weird because Dalek was 20 years ago. But yeah, it's literally like they bring back the same intensity that episode did.
Mm,
And there's not just one, there's three.
yeah, it's great.
The Groundhog Day aspect of the time loop thing,
Yeah,
I felt that was quite interesting.
yeah, it was quite intense.
Well, it was in a warehouse, it wasn't intense.
Well, yeah. I mean, when it was getting to like nearer to 12
Yeah.
o'clock.
Oh, I kind of get what you mean, but I kind of in the back of my mind, I felt like a Deus Ex Machina or something was just going to be pulled out to save the day. So I wasn't necessarily and her saving the day with a mobile phone and some canisters of vague explosive was interesting.
Mm,
I guess, you know, the only way to kill a Dalek is to blow it up. They could have done with Ace's bat though.
what Nitro 9?
Yeah, the bat that she the
Oh yeah,
Omega.
the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just misheard everything you just said there. I was like,
It's
oh yeah,
almost
the Nitro 9.
oh yeah, the Nitro 9 would have worked. That would have been perfect. But I mean the actual baseball bat that had the Omega level power
Yeah.
and managed to have some interesting graphics pop up on the screen every now and then.
Mm.
It was just a metal bat, but every time it smashed a Dalek, it went bloop. Bloop. The Dalek design now. What are your thoughts?
The Dalek design. It's not my favourite,
Because I was
but it's
having this
good.
conversation with someone earlier. In the first 20 years of oh
New Who? Classic
and
Who?
yeah, in the first 20 years of Classic Who, so from 1963 to 1983, you had a different design pretty much every episode.
Yeah.
A different color scheme or different like that they would mess around with the Dalek
Mm.
structure. The first 20 years of New Who, we've had the same design and we've tried different designs and they've failed.
Yeah, like the bloody Power Ranger Daleks.
Yes. Yeah. And obviously the Revolution Daleks and
Uh,
the one from Resolution, the one from Jodie's first Dalek story. That was
oh
just
yeah,
a scrap tank.
yeah, I didn't like that.
So this is another gripe. Welcome to that part of the episode where Chris has a gripe with New Who. So my gripe this week is to do with the Daleks, and I believe that we need a new Dalek design
Yeah,
because we need a new color scheme. We need just an awesome design, and yeah, we just need something else, because the classic era did one thing well, and they said, and this goes for the Cybermen as well. Every episode, pretty much, they would tweak the design to make it more interesting. And I think
like,
that's the reasons why New Who's failed.
Yeah,
that was my.
it just it hasn't gone with the times really. It feels like it's
Stagnating.
it's still in 2005.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Like with every Dalek appearance, there's been a different Dalek. Well, there was some variations in 60s ones, kind of. But once we get to like the 70s, we had a bit more variation.
Well, you say the 60s ones. I've got the list up on here, on my computer. And I can tell you that probably in The Chase, the Daleks Master Plan, Power of the Daleks, and Evil of the Daleks are pretty much the same design. But the first Dalek episode and Dalek Invasion of Earth, they do change it up slightly.
Yeah, they have them plates on the back, and they have like a higher skirting at the bottom.
Yeah, so they did change it up slightly, but the color scheme and everything else pretty much stayed the same. And then from 1972 till 1983, you pretty much had a different color scheme, and I mean, obviously, when you get into like the late 70s, they just become dull and grey. But you had a bit more, you had more of a mix.
Yeah,
and then when
bit
it
of a
came into the
variation.
80s, when it came into the 80s, then you had that like white and gold.
How beautiful they are.
Yeah. So I just feel like we need a new Dalek design, and not just the actual design itself, but color scheme. I want to see more color in these new Daleks.
Yeah, the gold is getting a bit old.
And like the dull bronze as well. Like, when Dalek Sec in Army of Ghosts Doomsday, when they introduced him and he was just a full black Dalek, and it was like, that's pretty cool.
That's possibly one of my favorite Dalek designs. I love
the
that
golden
Dalek.
red one from the Stolen Earth, Journey's End, Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar.
Yeah, I like them Daleks as well.
I call it the Iron Man Dalek. But yeah, we had different variations of, the 2005 design. It's just we haven't pushed it further, and I feel like that's my gripe of the episode. I just feel like, I would preferably like to go for a new design. I just don't want it to go too modern. I want to see the clunkiness. and if applicable, I'd like to see the little guy inside,
What, the little gooey bit?
No, just the actor.
The actor.
In the old Dalek episodes where you can the classic era when you can kind of see a guy on the inside.
Can you?
I swear, I think it's the Remembrance episode. I could kind of see someone in the Dalek.
I'm
It's
trying to
quite
like.
funny. And I think the classic era, you can kind of tell that there's someone in there. The 60s ones, you can kind of tell someone's in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think we need a new design. But it does work for this episode.
But do you think Russell T Davies is going to change the design? Well, he's messed with everything else, but
well, let's be honest. The first. Oh, actually, would you count that Children Need special as a Dalek appearance? With
no,
the
that's not
standing up
canon to me.
Oh, it's not canon. Oh. Russell T Davies will come after you.
No, I don't care. He can come after
me. He doesn't like people who don't agree with him.
I don't care if he agrees with me or not.
Just put him up. I'm not advocating violence on anything. Yeah. I personally think that RTD probably won't redesign the Daleks. I hope he does, but he doesn't seem at all wanting to bring back any classic monsters. To be honest, I doubt the Daleks are going to appear in this series. He ruined Sutek.
I know.
I wouldn't count that. I'd count that as him. I'd count that as shitting on the legacy of Gabriel Wolfe and the original production team of Pyramids of Mars.
It was goddamn awful. Anyway, we're not talking about that story today.
But no, we always seem to migrate over to it, don't we? Another bit I liked was when Nick ducked and both the Daleks shot each other. I thought that was really clever.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's ever been in a Doctor Who episode before, or I might be mistaken.
I'm trying to think now.
No, definitely not the classic era.
No.
But yeah, I liked that. Also, the Yasmin and 13 subplot with them may or may not be shagging.
It didn't go anywhere after this episode, did it? Really?
It was. I mean, didn't they do? I'm not gonna obviously know because I deleted it from my memory. But didn't they do something in Legend of the Sea Devils about it?
And then I don't. I actually don't remember Legend of the Sea Devils.
No, all I remember, and this is because I watched Eve of the Daleks today, is the Next Time trailer. That's all I remember.
I did actually catch that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Yasmin 13 subplot, I just feel like is probably the worst part of the episode for me.
Yeah. It was just a bit out of the blue, to be honest.
I think it should have been set up earlier. If they were going to actually do it, it should have been set up earlier. But I kind of don't feel like it works for Jodie's Doctor.
I don't think it works for any Doctor, really.
Well, no, because Ten and Rose, it kind of worked.
Yeah.
Like it was romantic because although the Doctor felt the same way, he could never show it, but you could kind of tell that was underlying sort of feelings. Whereas Jodie plays it off as someone with a disability just can't. I can't process the fact that you have feelings for me. That's how it comes across.
Mm.
And that's not me trying to be ableist. That's me just saying, from an autistic point of view, it felt like she was trying to mimic that thing, you know?
Mm.
The TARDIS interior hasn't changed despite the reset. Proof. So you know how the whole episode that the TARDIS is immobilized,
Oh yeah.
because they're doing that hard reset because of the flux. I had no idea what was going on at the start of the
Yeah,
episode.
I had no idea what was going on either. Because
Again,
I
I
forgot
deleted flux from my memory.
I forgot what the flux was about. The only
It
good
was,
episode of that series was the Sontaran one
yes, with the Sontaran on the horse.
and the Angel one.
The only bit I liked about the Angel one was when she became one. That was it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I had no idea what was going on in that beginning. But apparently the TARDIS was resetting.
yeah. I didn't. I forgot what was going on
But
with the TARDIS.
I was kind of hoping that the outcome would be the TARDIS changes slightly. Nope.
Mm.
Nope. It's literally just the same shitty console. And here's proof. For you not listening, I am in front of a background of Jodie's TARDIS and how awful it looks.
Yeah, it's not my
Um,
favorite.
you know how women are, or like there's some women that are obsessed with crystals.
Are they?
For example, I've known a few women that are obsessed with crystals or collect crystals because they're pretty and shiny and interesting and unique. And
Mm.
that's how I see Jodie's TARDIS now, is just a woman obsessed with crystals. um so yeah, that went down a treat. That's all my notes. I'm out of notes for this episode. You have been mysteriously quiet on this episode. Do you want to give it a rating, or how do you feel like it is overall?
Overall, it's it's not the worst Jodie Whittaker episode. It's just like, eh, yeah, it's not the worst. It's just not the best either. It's just like in the middle. I just find Nick annoying.
Mm,
The other woman, what's her name? Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
I actually had to Google their names because I couldn't remember them after they said them.
Yeah, I had to Google their names because I was like, what are their names? Because you remember them more than I did. Yeah, the episode wasn't all that bad, really.
Out of the Dalek stories, how would you say it compares to the others? Because I kind of agree with you that it's not the best Jodie story, but it's not the worst. But out of if we're just seeing it as a Dalek story, I would say it bumps up the list. It's one of the best Dalek stories.
But by far better than Resolution of the Daleks. Is it Resolution of the Daleks?
Well, there's Resolution, which was in 2019. There was Revolution of the Daleks, and there was Eve.
That's where I get confused.
Yeah. There's
but then you've had Revolution.
But then you've had Resurrection, Revelation, and Remembrance.
Mm.
So you also get confused with those.
No, I don't get confused with them.
Oh, I do.
Resurrection's the one with
Davison.
Peter Davison.
Mm.
Revelations with Colin Bacon.
Colin Bacon.
Colin Baker.
Oh yes, the very famous brother of Kevin Bacon, Colin Bacon. He was only in that episode of Doctor Who, but he was very good. I heard he has a brother called David Gammon.
Does he? Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, there's Colin Baker, Revelations of the Daleks, and Remembrance of the Daleks with Sylvester McCoy.
Sylvester the Cat.
I can't believe I just said Colin Bacon.
Oh, that's probably the best. That's probably the best thing we've had on the. That's the best thing we've had on the podcast so far. Let's be honest. That's going to be in the highlights. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean. I think Revelation is the one that I get confused with Revolution, because Revelation and Revolution are very similar. So sometimes I'll be talking about Revolution of the Daleks and I'm saying Revelation. But yeah, the three Jodie Dalek stories, I would say it's the Eve of the Daleks is best out of all of them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I think out of Dalek stories overall, I mean, it's better than the Capaldi stories. It's better than the Smith stories, I'd say.
I'd rather watch them.
Really? You'd really watch Victory of the Daleks over Eve of the Daleks? Or Asylum of the Daleks over Eve of the Daleks?
No, not Asylum of the Daleks.
Exactly. See, this is the thing, is I don't rate this episode quite highly, but as a Dalek story, I do think it I mean, it's no parting of the ways.
No.
But, you know, and it's definitely not like... I mean, my favourite New Who Dalek story is the Stolen Earth, Journey's End, two-parter. That's my favourite Dalek story. Or, at a close second, I'd say Army of Ghost Doomsday. Or Dalek. I just like the bitch fight of Canary Wharf.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's my favorite Dalek moment ever.
Yeah, but I kind of, as I've gotten older, I feel I've seen Army of Ghosts and Doomsday quite a lot, and the magic's kind of wore off, kind of thing, you know?
Well, I'm a Tenant fanatic. So
Yeah, I
for
know
me,
you are, but
I mean, this is why, for example, we're not reviewing a Tenant episode for like the first 10 at least, because you're holding me back from over gushing praise for Tenant, because I'll never say a bad thing about his era, well, his first anyway.
what even New Earth?
Yes, I will defend New Earth. I will defend all of Series 2. Next year, for the 20th anniversary of Series 2, I'm going to be doing nothing but talking about it and saying how great it was, apart from the bit with Hugh Edwards. That's the only bit that can go.
Yeah.
Anything else, I don't mind, but,
Have they
you know,
actually put that back on iPlayer yet?
no. I don't think they're going to be honest.
No. They just couldn't edit that scene out.
I mean, why couldn't you just reshoot it with a different actor?
Yeah.
Like, you'd
They just
literally turn up to BBC News Studio and just refilm it.
yeah.
Or have a dub over the top.
Exactly. It could be name a BBC host. I don't know.
I know
Don't
what they
watch
should do.
BBC.
I know what they should do. What they should do is keep that clip in of Hugh Edwards, but they just pixelate his face and they put a voice changer on his voice.
Does he
You know, like
actually?
they do in yeah,
Does he actually make a face appearance in it?
yeah.
I haven't seen that episode for a very long time, so
Well, I'm pretty sure he makes a visual appearance because they wouldn't have taken the episode off otherwise. But
I
why don't
thought it
they
was
do
just a
what they do?
voiceover.
But why don't they do what they do with, like, you know, when victims come forward on news reports and they always give them like a silhouette or a pixelated face and like a pitched down voice? Do that.
Yeah, they
It
could
wouldn't.
do that.
It wouldn't change the episode, and it would disguise the fact that Hugh Edwards was in it.
Mm.
Yeah, just do that. Anyway, Eve of the Daleks. So overall, you didn't mind this episode.
No, I didn't mind this episode really. It's watchable, but I wouldn't go out my way and watch it. I'd choose about 200 episodes until I get to this one.
Well, yeah, because like looking at the list of Dalek stories, I have to admit that they're like, if you think about if you were to put the modern series and Classic Who side by side, you could definitely tell that Classic series had better stories.
Mm.
You know, they had a limited budget, but they knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Whereas New Who have just sort of stuck them in anywhere or threw as much at the wall and just to see what sticks. And I could definitely count that. I could count more episodes of Classic Who that I would rather watch than New Who in terms of like Dalek stories. And I think if you were to watch Eve of the Daleks, I think having the background of Flux would probably help because it was quite jarring coming into it. But you don't need to watch Legend of the Sea Devils. You can leave that one. That's fine.
Yeah, you can just skip that one.
So yeah, that was our review of Eve of the Daleks.
Yeah, I don't have anything else
More to
to
say.
say about it. Yeah.
Well,
Wait.
it was written by Chibnall, wasn't it? It was, I think.
Yeah, Chibnalls, Chibbers, Chibblers,
Chibbles.
Chibbles. Yeah. Wow. It's
Chindles.
nice reviewing Eve of the Daleks. What's next? What could be next?
What could be next?
What could be next? A cactus?
What? A cactus? Surely you're not saying the 1970s Doctor Who episode Meglos featuring Tom Baker.
I am.
I
And
couldn't think of which year it was filmed, so I just said
it
70s.
was released in 1980.
Oh gosh, got it completely wrong.
Yes.
That's how much I know.
1980.
Oh my gosh. We're going back to the 80s. Well,
Yeah,
we've not been to the 80s yet.
No, we haven't. That's why I thought, let's do an 80s one. And I chose Meglos.
I mean, out of all the 80s stories, you chose literally the best one.
Well, you were...
Shall we see?
You'll find out at the... in the next episode. I wasn't
going to help you out with that. I wanted to see you struggle.
Yeah, I was just having a bit of a brain fart.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe if you're watching or listening to this on YouTube. I would say leave us a review if you're listening to this on your podcast player.
Leave us a review.
You know, be as honest as you want. Please give us a nice one.
Yeah, please do.
But yes, thank you for joining us. Thank you to Sam for his contribution, no matter how big or small.
Yeah, it was pretty small. I didn't have much to say about it.
Trust me, I think when it comes to like New Who, I'm gonna have to take the lead. Like, you can be good for the classic era, you can take the lead on the classic era as the more knowledgeable, the more experienced veteran out of the two of us, and I'll take the lead on New Who. Going forward, I'll be the one to try and carry us through.
Wow. Join us next week for Meglos. Meglos! Bye!
Bye!